Yo, my people. Hope that you're having an amazing day. Just, I'm not gonna be on here long. I just wanted to have this conversation. That it was a thought that came to my mind. As I'm out and about. I was thinking about. I've been on this quest about the sonship relationship between a son and a father, and the dynamics that are so important, and especially in our society, in the world that we're living in now. It's important that the son get the training from the father, and it's important that the father himself is a healthy, wholesome man, right? And so a thought was on my mind. I was thinking about my relationship regarding my biological father and how that dynamic was. I didn't have one. We didn't have a relationship. But most importantly, there was a part of me that was longing for a father because I was looking for a training. And so we live in a world today to where a lot of men are having, sons and daughters, but yet they don't have the training. And what I mean by the training, you can't go somewhere that you've never been before. And most importantly, how can you be a man unless you train how to become a man? The woman can't train a man. A woman can't train a son to be a son. That's just impossible. Just like a man can't raise a young no perspective, but that young lady would need a training from a woman, if it's a biological mom, or even having substitutes. So I've been thinking regarding the crisis that we're living in, because there's a lot of fatherless men who are looking for their father, or they're looking for their training. And I think it's important that you owe it to yourself to do diligently figure out how to become a son. More so, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to discover who you are, who you're becoming. I think that's necessary. I believe it's important to recognize that when we look as men, I'm talking about, I'm going to be doing a whole episode. How you doing, my people? I'm going to be doing a whole episode on manhood. I think it's necessary that we have these conversations, and I want some of you guys to have some. If you have any questions, let's talk about manhood. Let's talk about, was the father raised in the house? Did a father raise you? Did you have any mentors? Did you have any father figure examples? Those are the conversations that I believe people want to have. I believe that we can heal as men as well. And I think it's necessary to have a dialogue to figure out, you know, what can I do to become a better son? Or do I need the training to become a better son? I think that's important. I think it's necessary to make sure that we figure out how to be wholesome, how to be healthy, how to have those dialogues with our kids. For example, I'm a father to a young man, my son, and my son don't know what it's like to not have a father in the home. He's had me his entire life, So my son doesn't. He would never experience what I experienced. Does that make any sense? He would never go through some of the lonely and dark moments like I had to, because the lack of not having a father in the home. So I'm going to be talking about it more. I just wanted to hop on. It's been a little while, and I wanted to make sure that we can have these conversations. Guys, if you have any questions, I want you to ask. I want to be able to give you my I don't have all the answers, but give you my perspective. I think that's important. I feel in this hour we need to come together as men and have these conversations. And so I'll be diving into it more. I'll be having these open dialogues and make sure that we can have these conversations. Any questions before I get out of here? Appreciate you guys for tuning in. There's more to come. I'm going to be doing some teaching and some episodes on this journey that I'm on. It's necessary. It's necessary. I feel great. I feel very appreciative. And most importantly, there's a spirit of gratitude. And I thank God for you guys tuning in. And I'm blessed and I'm honored. And we'll talk more. And if you have any questions, please like, share, and subscribe to your friends, your family, and whoever you think this would be beneficial for. I love you guys in Jesus' name. We'll talk soon in Jesus' name.